Hi everyone, it's Bobby. This is going to be the start of the tutorial that many of you have asked me for. I had originally planned to do the video I showed you on the gift box that I was going to use and the papers I had purchased, but because that one needs to be about 6 by 9, I'm going to have to revamp the process. So because of the size of the box, it needs to be more of a folio. So assuming that most everybody has 6 by 6 paper pads, I thought it would be better to use this Bow Bunny pad, and it is called Araya's Garden Collection. It's really pretty papers, and then I used some of the Madison paper pack by Penny Black, and I've had quite a few of it left, but I did use several of them for backgrounds because the colors were fairly similar to this. Okay, for the cover is the first thing we want to do, and then we'll lay it aside while we build the pages. But I'm going to wrap the cover in 3 separate pieces because I want the spine to be different on the outside. So I have 2 pieces of black cardstock for the covers, and this is, let me see, it's Paper Studio. What does it say? Doesn't say the weight of it, does it? No, it doesn't. It's just this Paper Studio black cardstock pack. And I'm going to wrap the pages with that. And I left ample space because my chipboard is 6.5 by 6.5, I believe, yes. And because my paper is only 6 by 6, I'm going to have a larger border. Let me get a piece of it than I normally leave. So I wanted to make sure I had plenty to wrap around, and I can always cut off any overage as I go. But I'm going to glue this right to the edge on one side, and then I've got more than enough to wrap it with, and like I said, I can cut it off. Let's just use the double-sided tape for the cover. I like to use the wet glue on the inside just simply because it gets so much wear and tear that I just think it holds up better, especially in a humid area like where I'm at. Let's get this on here. See if it will tear better with the ruler. I've got that, yeah, that's better, that guide, and I cannot find it anywhere. Don't have a clue what I did with it, but it does help you miter your corners. It's really good for that. Make sure I don't have any paper stuck there. Whoops. Wants to pivot on me. There we go. Okay, and I'll run a couple strips down the center just to make sure we get good coverage. I will try to keep this video as short as possible so that y'all don't have to sit and wait too long. However, if you have something you have to do, you can stop it at any point and come back to it when you have more time and just pick up right where you left off. So let's get this tape off of here, this backing anyway. Well, my poor fingernails break and chip so bad. It's hard to get a hold of some of this. I just want the backing, not the whole piece of tape. Let's get it from this side then. There we go. Okay, and when I'm using this double-sided tape, I like to use the glue stick. It just gives you a little bit more time to get it placed where you want it, because this stuff is quick to grab, and you really don't have time to reposition it without fear of tearing up your cardstock. So let's get this kind of centered here along the edge. And press it down. Okay, so let's see. I don't need all of this. I like to go around the edges with the bone folder. Just helps it get a nicer fold when you're going to wrap. Okay, this only needs to be maybe 1.25 inches because I've got so much more to cover. So I'll just make a mark there and I'll just cut it with the scissors. And I think that'll be more than plenty. Okay, and I got a piece of double-sided tape on my scissors. Alright, now I think I have a scrap of cardstock, or chipboard. Maybe not. Well, I can use this. This is my spine piece. I like to just use the thickness of the cardstock when I can't find my other guide. That way you don't cut too close to your edges when you miter it, because you need to leave some for wrapping the corners, otherwise your chipboard will show. So I'll cut just outside this line. I've tried eyeballing it before and I'm not that great at eyeballing it. I have gotten too close and then you're hunting for a black marker to try to cover up any mistake you might have made. So let's get this all started here. And we'll add some more tape to it. It is best really if you put this tape on before you miter your corners, and then you have it all the way to the edge. But I didn't do that. This stuff sticks really, really, really fast. And a piece here. It even sticks to the maker, me. Okay, now get off of there. I'll put another piece on the chipboard, just to make sure we've got good seal on it. Excuse me. Spend all this time making something, you want to make sure it's going to stay where you want it. So, I've got that on there. Let me loosen this. So I can run this across without catching that other top piece. Okay. Okay, now, so we're all taped up, and I'll just repeat this process with the other side. I probably should have had one side made up before I started the video just to save time. Okay. Let's bring this forward, and starting at the center, we'll just stick it down. And then we'll do the same with the other side. I hope I'm in frame where you can see what I'm doing. It's such a small area to work in. It don't have to move very far to be out of frame is the thing. Oh, I should have pulled this out first. Duh, what was I thinking? I wasn't, was I? Well, come on. Let me get it out of there. Crud, why did I do that? That wasn't my smartest move yet. There we go. Okay. See if I can get the rest of that out of there. Won't do that on the other side. Well, I'll be darned. Oh well, I don't think it's going to hurt anything. Okay, now you want to be sure that you take your thumbnail and fold this little piece in so that it covers the corner of the chipboard. There we go. I will get this piece off. Let me trim this before I do that. I don't want that hanging out there. And this piece. Okay. And we'll bring this one forward. And it should give you a nice squared up corner. And smooth that down. So there's the first one. Okay, one more to go. And then we'll do the spine. I'll just cut it a bit quicker. And second side. And the left side. And a couple strips down the middle. Okay, give them a good burnish. Okay. Slowly but surely they're coming off of there. Okay. And then a little glue stick to give me some wiggle room there. Okay. I'm kind of center it between the top and the bottom. Get it right along the edge. There we go. Let me cut this side off as well. And then we'll get it wrapped. And put your cord. I don't know what in the world I did with that guide I had, but it's a real nice little guide. I tell you what, my grandsons, every time they're on my computer, they're messing with different gadgets I've got up here, and they always say, well, you have such cool stuff. Then somehow my cool stuff just picks up and walks away. Figure that out, huh? And that's one of the items I haven't seen since the last time they were on the computer. So, here's this one. Okay, and I won't overlap it this time. That was my mistake last time. One more. Okay, pretty soon I'm going to have to get out another roll of score tape. Okay, let's score these. Okay, we're going to take this one out this time so I don't have that problem again. That was my own goofiness. I'm going to turn that heater off. It makes too much noise. There it went. Well, I'll tell you, it turned cold in Texas last night. Goodness gracious. It was quite chilly this morning. Everybody was wearing jackets. That's something you don't ever see down here much. Okay, and there's that one. And here, 2 pieces over here. Come on. Here it comes. Here's that one. We'll fold these little pieces in here. That one is a little bit too long. Here we go. That'll be better. Here's the other cover. There we go. Squaring them both up. So there's your front and back cover. It'll be like this with the spine. Oh, wait a minute, that's a little bit long. Let me trim that. Little overhang there. Okay. Now for the spine. I wanted it to be gray. So this is a piece of leftover Stampin' Up! Cardstock that I had. It's basic gray, and I drew myself a line just so that I get it squared up. And this one we don't have to miter, so this is going to be my spine piece, and it is 6.5 by 3. Scissors. Think of what I want. Now this is the book that you asked for that doesn't have a spine. Doesn't have a spine. It has a spine. Doesn't have a hinge that you have to hook each page to. Each page will have its own hinge and just affixed to the spine. So that's what we're doing. And put a little piece up here. And one down the middle for good measure. Okay, we'll get this put together, and then I'll show you how I put the pages together so that each page has its own hinge. And then in the second video, rather than make it be all one really long video, I'll do a second and we'll embellish the pages and add them to the book. And embellish the cover. I put the cover together, but I like to embellish it last after I'm done with all the pages so that I don't be rolling it around on the tabletop and get it all messed up. Get it dirty maybe, or whatever. I might manage to smear ink somewhere. It's been known to happen. Okay. Glue stick. Okay. I have a line here so I can be sure and get straight placement. There we go. A little extra glue stick there never hurt anybody, did it? Okay. Now, what is going to happen is I have punched the sides of this cardstock with a Martha Stewart punch, same one I used on a lot of the flips and flaps in the album, and it's a vintage doily, it's called. I still got cardstock stuck in there. There it came out. It's real pretty. So this will be placed like this and like this. And I think I want to use wet glue for this because I want to make sure I've got ample time to get it laid where I want to. If I can get this pin out, I will. I broke the top off of the pin. And it's not wanting to come out. Well, I had a pair of little pliers in here, but I think they walk with one of my grandsons. I may have to use the tape. Alright, we'll use the tape. Here. So I'm just going to put one strip of the tape down here till I see how far out it's going to come. To about, make a pencil mark right about here, and then I'll put some wet adhesive. So that is right about here. So I think I can do about 3 strips of it. Don't touch your finger. These scissors are really sharp. Yep, 3 strips will do it. And we'll do the same thing to the other side. Make sure I got the open edge. Had to move it. It's hard to see that you're getting in the right space when you got black on black. Uh-oh. About out of that. Let me get another roll real quick. I knew that was going to happen. Skinny stuff. Let me see if I got more 1/2 inch. This is not the same stuff. I don't know that I'm going to like it. Let me look over here real quick. Yep, it is. Yep, that's dimensional. I don't want that. There we go. I knew I had more. Okay. And the start. Now we'll have plenty. Okay. There we go. This stuff works good. Okay. So let's give this a varnish. I think I'm missing the waste basket about half the time. Okay, now we're going to line this up with the spine chipboard, just leaving a small space. And we'll turn it around and do the same thing on the other side. Okay. And we'll do the same on this side. Okay, now these wrap to the inside. So we'll do our, let me throw that away. We'll put a piece here. Try to keep my head out of the video. And a piece right here. I left just a little bit of space between the chipboard and the double-sided tape, just to make sure it doesn't grab before I want it to. Okay. Now let's see if I have to trim any of this off before I start sticking. Yeah, that right there. And I had just angled the edges of this. You don't want that to hang out there. Okay, and some over here. Get it all over me is what I'll do. And this needs to be trimmed up a little bit right here. Okay. So let's get this ready to stick down. Okay, now fold this to the center. Keep our creases there, our folds, I mean. Okay. Little glue stick. And we'll get this one stuck down. Okay. arms are folding, this one and this one. So we just keep working on it till we get it to do what we want it to do. Just kind of help it along. Okay. Now you can see where some of that double-sided tape shows, but that is no big deal because we have these pieces that go in the center. This one here, and then we have one on each side. And you'll just see a hint of the gray. Okay, and I'll add those later. It's just a matter of gluing them in place. I want to show you how to put the pages together. Let's see, make sure I'm still, yep, okay. I've got this for 5 pages. So you're going to need 5 pieces, and this is 6.5 by 6. This 1/2 inch is actually going to be your hinge. So we want to score each of those. And, well, I mean, they are scored, but we need to burnish them. Two. Three. Because these are 1/2 inch hinges, that is a total of 2.5 inches, and then an extra 1/2 inch on the spine gives you a little, like a 1/4 inch from the first page to the fold of the album, and then a 1/4 inch in the back. So there's 5 of those. Now they were 6.5 by 6 with a 1/2 inch score just on one side. Then you have 5